Hey everybody, Jason Huerkamp here with the Huerkamp Home Group and living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You're on our YouTube channel and we're here to help you with everything to real estate and quite frankly, hopefully give you some information too. So holy snow, woke up this morning, here we are the middle of October, and guess what? We're out shooting videos because this is what you do as a Minnesotan. You wear a very thin coat, believe it or not. I don't know that I would call this a coat. And we're out here standing in snow. You can see snow behind me. There's tracks in the snow. So this is really our first snow of the season. But we're still here shooting videos, getting content out to all of you guys to make sure that you're the most informed about a home buying experience in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So today we are standing in Farmington, Minnesota on a park that's on the outskirts of Farmington called Whitetail Park. And it's a regional park. This park is owned by Dakota County and it provides plenty of unique features. There's an amphitheater, a picnic area, shelters, heck, there's even a sledding hill that I was unaware about that looks pretty cool that I'm gonna bring my kids to in the winter. There's trails, dog park. It's almost 450 acres and there's plenty of places to, have a picnic, enjoy nature. Heck, there's even cabins that you can rent out on a nightly basis that are very secluded with beautiful views of the woods and so forth. So before we get started, as always, if you could subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and then hit the bell for notifications, because that will dramatically help us get out our message, and it helps with that algorithm with YouTube too, so we'd greatly appreciate it. So I pose a question, is Farmington a popular city even though it's outside of the Twin Cities? Well, we're going to go through everything you need to know about this city to see if it's the right place for you. So let's get into it. So some general information about Farmington. The city is located directly south of St. Paul. It's about a 35-minute drive, give or take, to St. Paul and about 40 to 45 minutes to Minneapolis. The median commute time stands at about 30 minutes, so it's got pretty good accessibility, mainly via Highway 3, or there's a few roads that you can take to go right directly over to 35. So neighboring cities would include Lakeville to the west, Apple Valley and Rosemont to the north, Castle Rock to the east, Hampton's also to the east. The population is a little bit over 23,000 people, and believe it or not, there's a super high ownership rate at almost 85% owner-occupied housing. So there's a little under 8,000 households, and the median household income of those homeowners is $95,000. The median house value is sitting at a whopping $350,000, and that makes it one of the more affordable places that we've seen so far in the Twin Cities. So if you're looking to buy a home in the city of Farmington or the surrounding areas, do us a favor, and in the description down below, there's a Google form. We'd be happy to set up a Zoom, a phone call, an in-person conversation over a cup of coffee. We're here to help in any way that we possibly can. As far as transportation goes, really in the city of Farmington, ultimately most people get around via their own personal car. You could also use Uber, Lyft, rideshare service, something like that. There's also the Minnesota Valley Transit Authority, which is really through the Southern Metro and can get you to places where you can connect to the light rail, go down to a Twins game, Vikings game, go night out in the town, go get something to eat. As we talked about a little bit earlier, we have Highway 3 that cuts right through the dead center of Farmington, and that'll really be your north-south highway to get you north to St. Paul, and south you're getting, to like Northfield and so forth. And then to the west we have 35, and 35 is the major interstate, and believe it or not, 35 actually runs clear up to Lake Superior and actually all the way down to the Mexican border. So you can really get almost anywhere in the country, north-south at least, via Highway 3. So as far as parks in Farmington, well, we have 913 acres of parkland and open space, natural areas, just like Whitetail that we're standing in right now, which is one of the bigger parks. It comprises almost half, actually a little bit more than half of the acres of parkland that are in Farmington. There's also 48 miles of trails and a total of 27 parks. So Rambling River Park is one of the main parks right in Farmington, and it actually is about 76 acres with plenty of attractions throughout the park, whether it be jungle gyms, softball fields. There's a lot of things that the Rambling River Park has to offer. So there's plenty of other parks and athletic fields, hiking trails, dog parks, playgrounds, tennis courts. I could go on and on. So you pretty much can find anything that you're looking to do as far as outdoor activities in parks throughout Farmington and in the greater area of Farmington. So Farmington really doesn't have any big lakes in the city. But there's still plenty to do. If you want to do some pond hockey, there's definitely some big ponds. We see people, if you're in Minnesota and it's a frozen piece of water, ultimately it's going to have a hockey rink on it at some point. So you still can use all the great walking trails that are connected throughout the city. And, if you're looking for lakes, there's definitely lakes and rivers. You have the Vermilion River, which goes through Farmington, and it eventually ends up in the Mississippi. But if you're looking for lakes, you go west towards Lakeville, and thus the name Lakeville. I mean, it's got 3 recreational lakes that you could use there. So Farmington definitely has plenty of food options. Obviously, you have all your traditional fast food that you'd find in any other city, small town, what have you. One of my favorite places, however, is the Bourbon Butcher Kitchen and Bar. It's a great place for craft cocktails. They have a fantastic food selection, and they really do an excellent job at smoking food. So in addition to that, you have the Farmington Tap House and the Farmington Steakhouse, which are right next to each other. They're kind of fun, towny kind of places to go if you're looking to, get your food on and just be able to go from, maybe the bar to the steakhouse. It's definitely a good time. So where are your kids going to go to school? Well, in Farmington, the main school district is District 192. It's the most popular in the city, and it covers the greatest amount of the population in Farmington. So is Farmington a great city in the South Metro? I would say unequivocally yes. However, I'm going to leave that up to you all. So if you're interested in the city, do us a favor and please reach out and get a hold of us. You can hit us up in the description down below, fill out the Google form. It would help get the channel out much faster if you all can hit that notifications button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that like button, because that helps us get all this content out to people that are interested in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and the surrounding areas. So thanks again for watching Living in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we look forward to helping you find your dream home and answer any questions that we possibly can. So we'll see you at the next town.